Hello, I'm here again, one more time, to speak about languages and in a way to motivate you, but not telling you that learning languages is an easy thing. Quite the opposite. Learning languages is a long path that never ends because you never master a language 100%, but you need to go along this path knowing what to do. First of all, you need to have short-term goals, mid-term goals, and long-term term goals. The problem with the people, because they hear a lot of misleading ads and publicity, the problem is they have great expectations in the short term and not great expectations in the long term. So, at the beginning, it is difficult. English isn't an easy language for Italians. Maybe it is easier. English is easier for Dutch speakers, German speakers, Norwegian speakers, people who speak Germanic languages, because English is a Germanic language that has a lot of Latinate or words that comes from Latin through French or directly from Latin. So the first thing to know is English is not easy. It is easy only if you speak the Italian way. If I have to say this is a book, having the right accent, it isn't a piece of cake. But if I say this is a book, it is easy. So first, grammar isn't easy. Morphology, the study of forms, the way words change. I speak, you speak, he speaks, or this is quite easy in English. But the usage and generally speaking, the whole grammar isn't easy. Third thing is that you have to feel that English or a foreign language is not something detached from you. It's not something a foreign thing in your mind, a strange thing. You should from the beginning absorb words, constructions and sounds like they're part of yourselves. So however much few things, you should feel that these things you know are easy for you to use, are easy for you to understand. Okay? This is very important. So, rather than going fast at the beginning, take your time, try to absorb and internalize the words you are learning, and these words should be basic words. Once you internalize these words, not only one by one, but in whole sentences, it will be easier for you to understand English, because people speak fast. And learning a language is not knowing the language, is being able to understand in real time and to speak quite fluently, not fast. Fast doesn't mean fluently, or at least fast shouldn't mean speaking fluently, shouldn't mean speaking fast, making mistakes. So you should speak at a quite, this is the speed you should have when you speak, which is a little bit slower than my first rate of speech that I had before. But you will notice that I don't interrupt the flow of the language. This is very important. You shouldn't speak like I am going to the station, but I am going to the station. This is very important because it's very unpleasant to hear anyone speak like this. So take your time. You'd better think a little bit before speaking, and then you speak and you forge ahead. It means you go ahead no matter what. You don't interrupt yourself. If you made a mistake, okay, go on. If it's an important mistake, you chose the wrong word that means something else, you can correct yourself. You're bound to make some mistakes. The important that you don't make many mistakes, that your speech is not loaded with mistakes. Okay? So there is a fair amount of mistakes you can make when you speak at a normal speed. A normal speed for a foreigner, which is not as fast as the native speaker, okay? As the speed that a native speaker has when he speaks to you, unless the native speaker perceives that you don't understand well, so he will slow down. Okay, so if you understand well, you will get other speakers to speak to you at a normal rate, and that makes you more apt to follow the real speed, language, velocity, speed. Okay? So start slowly, learn the basics, learn them very well, internalize them. You should be able to say these things and understand these things when you're tired, when you're drunk, when you're half asleep. That means that you have internalized these words, these structures, these sounds for good, forever, and in a very good way. Having said that, learning a language is a commitment. It means that once you decide to learn a language, you know that you will more or less deal with this language every given day of your life. Because if you start skipping days, it's over. You skip 1, you skip 2, you skip 3. It's easier not to skip any day than to skip 1. Okay? It's like an alcoholic. An alcoholic shouldn't drink even 1 drink. Okay? A person who learns a language shouldn't skip even 1 day. And for some reason you're obligated by circumstances not to practice the language. Okay, make up for the lost time the day after. But don't make it a habit. Okay? That's an extreme case. It's the last resort, as we say in English. Okay. Every now and then you will realize that you've improved. Okay, it's a good thing, but we said don't sit on your laurels. It means don't get too complacent. Okay, I've done good, I'm happy, maybe I will celebrate in a way every 4 or 5 months. I can go to an English pub, I can, I don't know, do something English, eat something English, go to a movie theater where where you can see an English a movie in English or a film in English. Do something, and then you move on to the next level. Try to always to move on to the next level. Okay? Don't just sit on the fence. No, go on. You have to push forward, like during a war. Okay. So you should know, what can I do now? What are my weaknesses? Okay, maybe I should learn more words. Maybe my pronunciation is not that good. Maybe I should improve my intonation or comprehension. Sometimes having to do with the native speakers who know what's what concerning languages is a good thing. You can also take lessons, and use just a checkup lesson. Okay, in your view, what should I do? What should I do? What are my weaknesses? What are my strong points? And then you work on that. In a way, I found the way we approach languages similar to the way I approach music and sport. You know, there's a program, you know, behind all that. There is a path, there's a preparation, and you have to follow this preparation no matter what, unless you have physical problems. So you have a preparation, in this case is for languages. In a way, you should treat your brain like you treat your muscles, even if there are differences, but the idea is to constantly exercise your brain. The brain should always be exposed to a variety of inputs, and these inputs should be inputs that produce improvement. Okay? If you see that a method doesn't make you better, you feel that you're not improving, give it up, try to find something else, but don't give it up immediately, because usually it takes some months. But if after 3 or 4 months of this new method you don't really feel better, change it, see what's wrong, be proactive. That's the idea, be proactive. You should learn English as you're gonna set for an exam. You're gonna have you're gonna be examined by somebody. Sorry if sometimes I get lost. I have to think because I'm just improvising, but I find that improvising is better. I don't want to look like stuffy, stilted when I speak. I prefer to be hesitant now and then, but I have so many ideas concerning languages. I've been doing this for 13 years. Not to speak about the time before I devoted to being bilingual or trilingual, or the other languages I had studied before teaching English. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching.